Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Of course, today's no different. Today, we're back to talk about the women of Beverly Hills, which ones actually spoke to their lawyers, some of them admitting to being fearful, and their concerns of being deposed. Yeah, there's a lot to break down here. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
So the ladies spoke on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show. Dorit was one of the first, and she said, I had wondered and was fearful almost. She said, when you're reading these things that have so much legal jargon and you can't understand it, you think in your mind, who do I talk to? You need to speak to someone who's a professional and who can explain it in layman's terms. That way you know what all of this means. Now, when it comes to Sutton and her concerns, Dorit did admit, I can understand where she was coming from to some capacity, but I also feel like she was doing it for different reasons than the rest of the women. But she did say it wasn't like she was going to an attorney to take any kind of legal step in the situation for herself, which makes sense. I think she was just trying to have a clearer understanding of what this all means. Now, as for Kathy Hilton, who we all love, we're excited to have her on the show, and she's definitely a fan favorite already, even though she's not a full-time diamond holder. One of my favorite things is listening to people saying that Kathy Hilton is fighting for a diamond, which I always say, I've said it a million times, no, she is not. But she also is one of the few who did not seek out legal advice. Now, it was a little bit different for her sister, Kyle Richards, because Kyle openly admitted on the show that she spoke to Faye Resnick's husband, who is an attorney, and she got, details and had him break down the article. So she knew exactly what it meant. I do want to say before we start going on about the rest of the women and what they have to say, I don't think anything is wrong with this. I've read a few comments and some people are like, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have spoken to an attorney. You shouldn't have. And that's not true, because unfortunately, by Erika Girardi having to navigate all of this legal drama and being a part of an ensemble cast, now the rest of the cast is going to be associated with this scandal because it's all on the same show. We just talked about this with Kate Casey. And if you haven't checked out my episode on her podcast, Reality Life with Kate Casey, you need to. It just dropped today, so go check it out. I'm going to post it in my community tab. But even she said, for the women of the Beverly Hills franchise and for the women of the Salt Lake City franchise, when there's a big scandal like this, you're associated no matter what. People are going to come up to you and they're going to be like, did you know anything? What did you think about this? Do you think she's innocent? And it has to get frustrating at some point because you're filming it, so you're still associated. So I don't think there's anything wrong with, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, talking to a legal representative and trying to figure out, can this affect me in any way? Crystal Kung Minkoff also admitted that she ended up talking to a lawyer. She has many friends who are lawyers, and she asked them, can this affect me? And they said, no, this can't affect you in any way. But she just made it known this was a simple conversation. I asked the question. They said it can't affect me. Okay, moving on. Now, our MVP, one of two of this season, aside from Kathy Hilton, of course, Garcelle Bouvet and also Sutton Strack. Garcelle admitted that, this is so big. We're not lawyers. And should we even be talking about this? She let us know that she had the same concerns that Sutton did. Apparently, they were the only ones who had these concerns. And one of her biggest questions was, if we're talking about this on the show, one, should we be? And two, can we be deposed? Now, the answer is obviously yes, because Ronald Richards just broke on my channel an exclusive letting us know that since Lisa Rinna has been so adamant about defending Erika, not saying I think she's innocent, but just saying Erika is, not guilty, Ronald Richards will be deposing her because he wants to know, well, if you feel like she's not guilty and you're saying this and you're not just like questioning whether or not she's guilty or innocent, but you're saying that she's innocent, right? Then yeah, I want to call you in for questioning, which means you will be served with a deposition, which I'm sure for the women, that would be terrifying. Nobody wants to be brought into court, especially when it's not even your own problems and when it has a scandal attached to it this big. Widows, orphans, millions of dollars. This is a lot. Now, as for Sutton, she did admit that she was concerned not only for herself, but for the entire group. This is what Sutton said. I was like, can we be talking about this? Can we be talking about this without an attorney present? Or do we need to get an attorney to give us a little tutorial? She also said that she just wanted to present the fact that she spoke to a friend who is also an attorney who helped break this down. Again, like Dorit said, the legal jargon of it all. The attorney did advise her, however, if you do talk about this, please use the word alleged because, well, there are a lot of legal terms that they don't necessarily understand in the LA Times article, and it's important to use the word alleged. I mean, that's whether you're talking about something legal, that's when you're talking on YouTube, when you're talking on social media, this is one of the first things that you learn. You don't say somebody is doing something or going through something that you don't actually completely understand. So if you hear about it from a blog, a different source, whatever, you say allegedly because you don't know. And it's important and it'll keep you safe. Hopefully. Okay, let's keep it moving. Now, something that we didn't get to see was the showdown between Garcelle and Teddi because, well, what wasn't shown on the show, and Teddi did speak a little bit more about this. Garcelle, when they wrapped, asked production, why is she even here? Why does she get to have an opinion? Of course, Kyle Richards was going to defend her friend, and she, said Teddi was a part of this show for 3 seasons and that she brought a lot to the show and she deserves to be here. Teddi admitted even filming with them after being let go from the franchise, filming in a small portion, it was tough as it is. But she did feel like if I'm here and they agreed to it, then I should be able to speak my word, my opinion, my truth. I have an opinion. I'm still here. But for Garcelle, she's like, you're not a part of the show. You're not a part of the cast. Why? Honestly, I feel like that's how Denise Richards felt last year when they brought Brandi Glanville on. But at the end of the day, this is Bravo. You're on a TV show and they can bring on whoever they want. They can bring them in, have them stir up a little bit of controversy, and then pull them right back out. That's how this works. You signed up for a reality show, which is a very important point that Teddi made when it comes to Sutton defending the fact that she's worried about her reputation. She's like, wait a minute. You don't go on a reality show if you're worried about your reputation. That doesn't make sense. And if you do, maybe you want to rethink that. Because when you go on a reality show, here are your closets, this is them opening them, and here are all of your skeletons falling out. That's a reality show. They expose if you have addictions, if there's been cheating, if there's money stolen, if you have a scandal, if you've been arrested, if you've been indicted. They expose it all. And when you sign your name on the dotted line on that contract, you take half the payment up front. Yeah, you're locked in. So that is what it is. Guys, I have a lot of questions for you, though, when it comes to all of this. Are you concerned, actually not concerned, but shocked with the fact that the women are concerned about potentially being deposed? I mean, doesn't it make more sense now finding out that Lisa Rinna actually could be deposed, or like Ronald Richards said, will be deposed? I feel like Garcelle has very valid concerns. And how did you feel about Garcelle asking producers, why was Teddi even there in the first place? I read a lot of the fan comments and a lot of fans felt exactly the same. Okay, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and comment below. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.